Hello, I am Professor J.D. Gowli, Kekewa College of Agriculture, Engineering and Technology. Today we discuss about the topic of soil testing. Okay, let us start introduction of soil testing. We all know that health of soil is equally important as the health of any region. It is more applicable when it comes to farming, but it is observed that nowadays health of soil does not get enough attention. People care more about only cash crops and increasing quantity of the crop. As a result of this, soil becomes unproductive. Awareness about soil health should be increased to avoid this. Okay, why do we need soil testing? Soil is an important matter for cultivation of any type of crop. Soil supplies many necessary nutrients required for healthy crop of a crop. The yield is largely dependent on the soil in which the crop grows. So, before cultivation, it is very important to check the soil for nutrients. By checking the soil, you will know whether the soil is having enough amount of nutrients or not. If any nutrients is less or more than the required amount, necessary measure can be taken. Okay, let us in short following are the benefits of soil testing. First, soil testing encourages plant growth by providing the best fertilizer recommendation. Second one, it diagnoses whether there is a too little or too much of a nutrient. The next one is the soil testing promotes environmental quality. The next one is the it also saves money that might otherwise be spent on unneeded fertilizer. Then let us see when and how to take a soil sample from the field. Soil sample must be taken at the right time in the right ways as a described here. Next, first one before planting anything in the field and after you take out the crop. Next one is the before application of any organic or chemical fertilizers. The next one is the 3 months after application of any organic or chemical fertilizers. Then next here we discuss about the point of do not take soil samples from the following areas. First one is the where cattle graze are where cattle graze. Then second is the under a tree, and third one is the garber area must be avoided. These areas do not take soil sample from the areas. Then following following is the correct procedure to collect the soil sample. Okay. Okay, let us start with the procedure details description. First one is the for soil testing. Soil is taken from a 15 different places. Second one is the dig a V-shaped pit in the ground which is 15 centimeter. Then take soil sample 2 to 3 centimeter thick from one side of it. Then third one is the follow the same procedure to take samples from 15 different places. Okay. Then fourth one is the clean the samples by removing any garbage if present in the soil. Then next point is the mix all the samples very well. Make 4 equal parts of the mixed sample. Then mix 2 diagonally opposite parts with each other. Then repeat the procedure 4 to 5 times. Then last is the take a 0.5 kg of the sample or soil testing. This figure shows V-shaped dig, and this V-shaped dig size is the 15 centimeter. Okay, let us discuss about the plants needs 16 essential nutrients for healthy growth and development. There are 16 essential nutrients are the most important for the crop growth. These are the essential nutrients. Okay. Then necessary nutrients for the crop growth. Main nutrients are the, that is main nutrients and primary nutrients are the nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium. Then secondary nutrients are the calcium, magnesium and sulfur. Then micronutrients. Micronutrients are the iron, boron, zinc, copper, molybdenum, chlorine and manganese. These are the micronutrients. Then nutrients from the air. Carbon and hydrogen are the available in the air, and nutrients from the water. Oxygen is available in the water. Okay, apart from above nutrients, there are some other parameters which is also affect plant growth. These parameters are, that is soil pH, then soil EC, then soil OC. OC means organic carbon. Okay, to judge the soil health of soil, these parameters should be checked. This this is the science shows on plants because of nutritional deficiency. Nitrogen shows nutritional deficiency. Tree does not get average height and leaves become yellow. This is the first picture shows nitrogen deficiency, leaves become yellow. Then second one is the phosphorus deficiency, growth of the plants stop. Okay. Then third one is the potassium deficiency. Potassium deficiency, leaves become reddish yellow on the edges while inner part of the leaves remain green. Okay. Then these are the different types of nutrient deficiency. First one is the calcium deficiency. Deficiency, in this deficiency tender leaves dry and plant dies. In magnesium nutrient leaves deficiency, symptoms are the leaves start drying from the tip and brownish. In sulfur deficiency are the spot on leaves, and iron deficiency are the main veins of a leaf become green. Then manganese, young leaves shows chlorotic spot between the veins. Next one is the copper deficiency. Leaves become yellow and stop growing and then fall off. Then next one is the boron. Boron deficiency shows young leaves become light in color from petiole and start folding. Then last one is the molybdenum. It yellow orange spot all over on matured leaves. Then next one is the pH of soil. Apart from soil nutrients, one more factor affects the yield. That factor is pH. The pH of soil is a measure of the acidity or basicity in the soil. It is a major unit of pH unit. The pH scale goes from 0 to 14 with pH 7 as the neutral point. Hydrogen ion present in the soil decide the pH value of the soil. When positive ions get washed up through water, soil becomes acidity. Similarly, when amount of calcium, sodium in soil increases, soil becomes alkaline. Simply, we can say that the low pH means sour and high pH means salty soil. Okay, this is the pH testing is important because nutrient mobility, transfer of nutrients from the soil to plant through roots depends on pH of the soil. If 7, this figure shows 7 nutrient is the neutral, then if 7 to 14 then increase alkalinity, and if low pH, that is the low pH range is the 0 to 7, that is the increasing acidity. Okay, then we are using a ready made kit from the Prerna lab for all the tests. So the procedure are given assuming that you have Prerna lab kit with you carry out the test. Contact details Prerna lab are given on the last slide. checking pH of soil. First one, take a 5 ml of pH solution in the test bottle number 1. Second one is by using a funnel, add 2 teaspoon soil sample in the test bottle number 1. Then third one is the put the cap on the bottle and gently shake it for a minute. Then fourth one is the then keep the bottle stir for 10 minutes. Now the soil will settle down and there will be a layer of a clear liquid on the top of it. Then fifth one is the place the test bottle in the pH color comparator and compare the color of the liquid in the test bottle with the color on the comparator. Then note down the pH accordingly. This is the pH value and soil type. How to increase pH of soil according to the existing pH of the soil? Use lime powder, calcium carbonate or dolomite limestone to increase the pH. 0.5 to 2.50 tons of lime powder per hectare of farm. Then use of organic and grass fertilizers. Thank you.